The last walk and talk I gave at Watershed was about 3 weeks ago, and the co-owner, Dave Tadji, asked me a very evocative, maybe even provocative question, which has caused me to do a lot of thinking in these last 3 weeks. And this beauteous question he asked me was, what relationship does your artwork have to having been at Divinity School? What got me to apply to Yale Divinity School in 1986, which now seems a million years ago, was a lack of significance that I felt the artwork I was doing then had. I had this little business designing and manufacturing and marketing hand-painted ceramic tiles because I had been a potter in the 70s and 80s. And I so love clay. I love, contrary to you, Ben, I love the plasticity. I love curve, undulating, fluid. Sometimes people say sensual. These are my shapes. These have been my shapes. Anyway, here I was doing manufacturing, basically, these little 4-inch by 4-inch and 6-inch by 6-inch ceramic tiles, and wholesaling to half a dozen high-end, fancy ceramic tile retailers, and it felt meaningless to me. So I had a fairly decent ledger page to look at. I had 3 part-time employees who were working in my basement with my kilns and the wheel and the mess. I was in the New York Times, full-page story. I was in House Beautiful 3 months in a row. I was in Connecticut Magazine, but that did nada for me, nada. It was like nobody's home. So coincidentally, Providence intervened, and we found ourselves hanging out at a Lutheran youth group situation with our teenage kids, and I decided to go to Divinity School. Let me get back to my point. What's the relationship between my art and having been to Divinity School? What drove me to Divinity School was seeking a higher meaning, something that contributed to the greater good in some significant way, as opposed to just moving the merchandise. This was way deep for me. You know, every cell of my being was involved in this decision. So the sanctuary, I thought, of going to Divinity School, or the sanctuary that I thought it would provide me with, was lacking. However, when I walk into my studio, I am in my sanctuary.